And we are live, and I'm back. What's going on, kids? Um, for some reason, why background? Oh, there we go. All right. Well, that was fun. I hope you all enjoyed that as much as I did, and I hope that you're able to hear me, as I can't hear myself because I had the sound turned off because I was trying to figure out how to get that whole thing working earlier. But in any event, I'm here. I am Shmuel Buckman, and we're back for a second little quick banger outer. We wanted to see what was going on. EFIS optional. MKE keeps changing the subs time. Needed to chat from 6 to 11. Wow. Um, Radio DJ Michael Gouffet reposted this stream. Thank you, Michael. Um, Hopefully we did. The breaking news, Jimmy I. Joey C abandoning his presidential run to go to Mars with Lude the God. It probably has about as much success as his presidential run will have. So there we go. Yes, hit the like button, people. Um, and how was the smoke in the pie, Ephus? The smoke was great. We didn't get to the pie. We ate half a banana. The I microwaved the pie and it was just too fucking hot to eat. So I couldn't do that. I don't think I was supposed to say fuck in the first uh, few minutes. So I hope you cats enjoyed the Mir Musk show tonight. I don't even know if I have the goddamn name right. Is it Mir Musk? Um, but whatever. I don't know. I keep wanting to call one of them Elon. I can't really figure it out. But thanks for giving me a break. That was very nice of you guys. Um, and I just figured I'd come on back on and just go over that shit because it's not going to be any news tomorrow. Uh, Dr. Chow, the Mega G, thanks for coming on, Buckman. Thank you for having me on, Dr. Chow. One of these days, we're going to actually talk about the topic that I was brought on for, and you, me, and Skarika will go on together. And wow, high praise from the final boss. You did good, Shmuel. Thank you, final boss. Um, that was the Mo show. I got my invitation said Karma Part 2. So there we go. But I do like I I do like JMO. I thought he was pretty good. Um, and Stealth bailed out really quickly when I was there. I don't know what that means. And Affy says, which I guess is directed at Mir, if you need liquid courage, that means you're corny in real life. Um, yeah, I was drug and alcohol free during that little segment, um, unless you count blood pressure medicine. But yeah, it was fun and I enjoyed it. We are going to exit um, Twitter and we are live only on YouTube now. I dislike seeing the Twitter count in my stream. So I wanted to send JMO a link and Joey C a link, but to be perfectly honest, I can't find. JMO apparently is not taking DMs. I tried to send him one and it won't let me do it. And I did put out a public note that I tried to send him a link, so hopefully he'll um, DM me. And if he's watching this, that would be awesome. Um, and you know what? While we're doing this, let's just put up a uh, a we'll post a new post with this link on it. Um, just to see what's going on. Yeah, so this is a shit show for me. I couldn't hear. I had Evmux and StreamYard on, and it was playing back in my ear, so I was hearing everything 2 and 3 times. Um, Stealth left to be in his hometown, Clown Town. Bo Beardington, Joey's welcome. I thought he was, like, at the GOAT something on Twitter, and I can't find. But listen, I also don't wanna be responsible for Joey having a heart attack and dying on air. Um, I mean, it would be great for my views, but, it wouldn't be good for Joey. I gotta turn these lights down a little bit. Much better. My eyes are shot, and, yeah, so I wound up using so the only way I could do it was, th the only way I could do it was I pulled out the iPad and was using that, which was sitting on my desk, so of course my chicken neck was in full view, but it was the only way I could do it in here and talk, and, I had I've always wanted to, no, I don't wanna say this I wanna say this right. It's not that I've always wanted to be on a show with Skarika, but I've always wanted to, mess with Skarika a little bit, and I got the chance to do it tonight, and I tried to pull up his, uh, website during the break, and it just keeps saying that, it's not there anymore, and when I do pull him up on the old Google machine, his books and shit are there, but, his actual there's no website for him. And I'm sort of fascinated because one, I learned early on never take advice from somebody who lives. Yeah, that's the one I looked for. Couldn't find it. Thank you, Jimmy. I don't know. Living in the Bahamas and being a financial advisor just feels like a red flag. Number one, and number two, I did look him up one time to just see if he was a registered financial advisor in the United States, and, he wasn't. He wasn't. Um, Someone moderate the Joey C talk one at a time. Yeah, I've had Joey on before. We could that. Um, what's his name? Sarah has the link, and, he also has control over this shit, so I he would not answer me about whether he was coming on or not. So, there we go. And Fescious is funny. About my neck. I see worse on MLC every day. You get old and things happen. And I've lost a bunch of weight over the last year, and the old skin just doesn't do that. Should I get like a treatment? Hold on. It's not right. I could have like a neck lift, but I'm a little bit embarrassed to do that. So yeah, Shmuel, you really stuck it to them. I was surprised you had a little life in you there. It was exciting. Uh, Final ball, I have to, I'm old. I've got to keep it. Yeah, I got to save it and reserve it and use it. What do you call it? No, I, that what what you see on this shit is me. This is like what you see is what you get, and that's kind of the way I feel about that. Get an Elizabethan collar. I have the neck gaiter that I could wear, and I usually wear that in the winter. Um, but I've also reached the point where I just don't care anymore. I I was so afraid to stream in the beginning because of my unattractiveness that I wasn't doing it, and then I'm like, you know what? I just can't give a fuck anymore. I I am do it. Um, the real is Stevie Lou. You should go for a view lift instead of a neck lift. Ha ha ha. Um, Stevie, you know what? The channel will grow or it will die on its own. I just want to do what I do, and that's it. And there's enough people that seem to enjoy it. And this is the second stream of the night. We usually average about 40 based upon what I get from Stream Elements every day. So I'm happy with that. I'm blown away that 300 people will subscribe to this channel anyway. So I thank each and every one of you. And you know, the fact that one or two guys do it. Um, yeah, some guys fly fish mule streams on YouTube. Well, it's late at night, but what am I gonna do? And I I'm not the I I don't picture myself as the fly fisherman. Brennan and I share one thing is that we're super white, and being in the sun is brutal. And earlier this year, I had to go through like a couple of face things, and I don't want to do them again. I did this one thing called photodynamic therapy, and they put this cream on your face that makes you susceptible to UV rays, and then they have you sit under this UV light for like 20 minutes, and really terrible sunburn. And I had to do that twice, and it was awful. And then I had to have a couple of other things tapped off because, when I was a kid, uh, there was no such thing as sunscreen. We just used baby oil and shit. But I just went out there and would come back with the very freckled face. I did have a giant head of red hair as a kid. Uh, so, among you 16 people, how do we feel about Joey C's presidential run? And I also wonder, does it cost anything to file to run for president? Like, I would imagine there are filing fees and stuff. And this guy's having like weddings in a junkyard, lives in a rat infested place, and spending money on a presidential run. And somehow I'm supposed to take that as commitment. It's it's quite unbelievable. And I also know that there's a bunch of barriers. Barriers is not the right word. Hurdles that you have to jump over in order to get any money out of the feds. So I don't see that happening anytime soon. Hello, Mr. Z. Um, could make it. Uh, Joey C's got experience filing. Yeah, at least based upon FEMA, right? Um, I kind of laughed about that. Um, and sorry, I was trying to see. I wonder if I can do it now because oh, I can. He followed me. Um, let me see about sending JMO a link and just get him in here for a few minutes. And I am not going to stay on very long. I was just kind of wired by that. I was very disappointed. Does anybody know Skarika's? That's the guy we should send a link to. That'd be friggin' awesome to have David on. And I was laughing because I went in there and I felt bad because I was just sort of over talking and was told, and I apologized after the show to Dan from Nice Podcast, and he was like, it was fine, and that apparently Skarika hadn't shut up the whole time, so it was good. Anyway, uh, I sent JMO and we're there. Um, let's see about getting Joey um, on another night when we have time. That would be great. And thank you, Cigarette Jones, for putting up the super tip link. And I'm probably going to lose my super tips if I don't start actually promoting them. I haven't been doing. And right now, it's not a big deal, but we are going to have to start doing them only because I'm not going to have the ability to read the chat because it's moving so fast. So, Ethos is asking Stevie Lou moderate the Joey C chat. Between the two of us, uh, I'd rather get another moderator, somebody more ho with more energy. Stevie shits on me all the time, and I shit on Stevie all the time, but I actually like Stevie, and, I don't know why, but, alright, Jimmy I put up at David Skarica. So, if you guys anybody send him, a tweet, see if he wants to come on, I'll send him a link, but he does not follow me, I don't think I can get him on there. Um, oh god, I can't even speak. Uh, David Sarah, I think you mean Sarah. Yeah, I would like him to be here, but, I can't force him, so that's the deal, and this is earlier, right? It's like 8 o'clock in California, he's probably putting his parents to bed. So, we'll see. Salvatore M. This show showed up in my recommendations. Fuck you, YouTube. Yeah, I've heard that before. It's kind of annoying. What I was laughing at though is apparently it shows up in Karmix as well, and he's mad at it if I somehow had something to do with that. So I think that's pretty funny. Salvatore, mamma mia, from Ephus. Final boss. I'll mod for you. I do it for Rob and Karmic. No, that's all right. I have Siggy Jones is my moderator, and I had to be dragged kicking and screaming into getting a moderator. Um, and we're gonna leave it where it is for the moment. But I thank you for the offer. And if Karmic found out and Rob, if they found out you were doing it for me, they toss you. So there you go on that. Um, so in any event, I got to tell you, I went on there thinking that we were talking about karmic. I did not know that there were going to be as many people there as there were until I got a saw Mir's text earlier or tweet earlier in the day, and I was reticent to do it, but I also thought, why not? And I was talking to my friend Pat Dixon today, and I told him I was going to do it, and he did not offer an opinion. So I don't know what that means, good or bad. And we got to talk about OG Mumbling Nick in a minute. But this is the funny part. Cigarette knows about this. The funny part of today was at about 7:10ish or something. Um, Ray DeVito called me this evening, asking me to help him do something. Something I've been encouraging to do for at least a year. And yesterday he started, and I haven't had a chance to look at the stuff. And he was like, "We got to get it done, man. We got to get it done." So I was giving him a hard time, but he never mentioned he was going live. Never mentioned. And I am almost 100% sure I told him that I was going on at 8. And I don't know, 10, 15 minutes after the phone call, I get the old DM from Ray that says, going live at 8 p.m. And I just somebody put up, oh, they're trying to Ray's trying to stick it to you, and I just laugh. I don't think that Ray tries to stick it to anybody. I just think he doesn't think. Um, Mumbling Nick is welcome to the link. Um, Nick, you want a link? I'm happy to send it to you. I like Mumbling Nick. Um, and even though he and Ava beat the shit out of me, um, I'm what do you call it? I am still a Mumbling Nick fan. And but I wanted to say, oh, Cigarette Jones. We need a detente with Rob Saul. A Rob Saul Shmuel Buckman uh, face off, and I use that term loosely, is put together. And one of the other streamers is going to moderate, and I said definitely would do it. So hopefully that'll happen sooner rather than later. Um, and well, apparently you're mean to new streamers, and you're a gatekeeper, Nick. You evil, evil man. And Mr. Z, I book for Nick. Nick count. This counts as a booking. Uh, you got to pay. This is like when you have a real estate agent and your next door neighbor wants to buy the house and the real estate agent wants to get paid. But there we go. Um, in any event, so yeah, I thought Nick was trying to be helpful to JMO, um, and he came across as a gatekeeper. And I know what I said to JMO had put up his Venmo yesterday. I didn't. I just said too soon because I feel like you're going to make yourself look like a grifter, and I don't think that that's terribly helpful. Um, and then today, something about he was getting equipment, whatever, and I was like, don't spend money, and he said, "Shut up, Shmuel," and I completely forgot about the karmic thing and that he was joking, and so there you go. Uh, and but it was fun, and he seems like a good enough guy. So I don't um that was fine, and he had the balls to defend Melton from Skarika's attacks or see it what it was for, right? And you know, I don't know that Melton never had a tax lien, but uh I've known other people that have, and that's not an own, and he doesn't have it today. And the verse is filled with people who continue to be losers well into their 50s and 60s. So a guy that's been able to get their shit together over time, I'm happy for it. And I also know comics, and I know how this stuff works, and for a lot of guys, it's very hard to keep track of their money. They plan to pay it and then they don't pay it. I know that even Mersh is currently under a payment agreement with the IRS, and I don't think it makes you a great guy. I don't think it makes you a bad guy. So we'll go there. Um, OG Mumbling Nick has plenty of Antifa masks and smoke bombs. Listen, the Nick is okay, diluted, but okay. It's it's very much. I think with guys like Nick, to them it's like a zero-sum game. So if somebody is wealthy making money, I think they think it's coming out of their pocket, which it's not. And Cigarette Jones. Um, I've heard Melton is a very nice guy at events. Melton is a very nice guy, and but Melton is also honest. If he can and wants to help you, he will. If he can't, he will do that. And I, when I was in Atlantic City, there was somebody that was talking shit about him, and I watched Patrick walk up and say, what's the problem? Like, what's the situation? And I admire that instead of the the constant like pussy thing about complaining about them behind my back. Now he's also like 6'5", huge, so he could certainly do that more than me. And Crumbum is here, so this is where everyone is. There's only 14 of us, and I think that counts with me. And OG Mumbly Nick, Shmuel loves billionaires. There aren't enough billionaires. This is my point, Nick. There aren't enough billionaires that if you took every single dollar they had, that would change things. So that's the deal. Um, it's not a realistic solution. We need realistic solutions. And free grocery stores are definitely not the answer to that. And I can tell you that as Mrs. Buckman has spent quite a while working in food pantries, and we see what goes on there. So that's the deal. Mazzy is here. Look at this. Wow, that's a get. Schmuel World Otter. Mazzy. Uh, Mazzy and I have DM back and forth a little bit. She's gonna come on one day, and we're gonna do an MKE free show. So no, there'll be, at least from us, there'll be and no talk about the moron that can't get over her. And anyway, that's and also look, again, I say I'm old enough, but I'm old enough to know that there's nothing that she could do one way or the other um, that's going to change this guy, right? She's not going back to him. That's obvious. And he needs to move on. And the claims of her not letting him move on are complete bullshit. You just you just gonna do it. So oh, Bo Beardington. That's why I can't find him. Catalano TV has disabled his Twitter X. Wow. Um so uh Mazalicious. Mazalicious. I I will say though that women I've known that have been in the same situation are amazed that the person that they met and dated and whatnot can be this fucking crazy. Like, where did that come from? Uh, but shit happens. Uh, anyway, let's metal. Shmuel, did you fix your technology's issues? I knew you could do it. I was very positive throughout your struggles. Thank you, Metal Metal. Um, Some are fixed, some continue, but we've reached a happy medium at the moment. I have some stuff I want to do, and I haven't gotten there yet, and I need some sound clips edited uh, to do that. And so, thank you, Shmuel. I imagine you and your wife on MLC. I'll wait. Um, I don't know that she was on. We were in Brennan's room, and I think I did the stream. I think Brennan asked her questions, but she didn't go on. And I would love for her to be on a show because she's a blast. But um, I don't know how to do it with her being doxxed, and she's got quite a good job, and I wouldn't want her to lose that, and I wouldn't want some idiot like Skarika trying to find what we owned and how he owned it, and you know, all the bullshit that he's been doing to Melton, all because of a goddamn wet steak and fridge magnets. Um, but what a sensitive little girl he is in any event. And then I hear too, like he talks about all this money and his portfolio and all that shit. And then it seems like he comes from a wealthy family, and you know, there's so it's generational wealth. It's not like he went out and created it himself. But we'll save that for another time. And I think I'm doing a little smacking here. Uh, Mrs. Buckman, what is your number one sports moment that you? Oh, Mr. Buckman, what is your number one sports moment? Probably the '86 Mets. Um, I was at Game 6 um, when Buckner let the ball go through his legs. Um, and it was great because I was at Shea. I was in decent seats, not great seats in the mezzanine, and um, Stanley came in to pitch, and the guy in front said, "Ah, Jesus," a Boston fan. "Ah, Jesus, Stanley came in, and he's going to throw a wild pitch," and shit happened. Do you still have your ticket stub? I actually do somewhere, but story about my ticket stub. My brother-in-law and I were at the game, and we came back and we went to a bar. My brother-in-law took out a Sharpie, and he signed one ticket Darryl Strawberry and the other ticket Lenny Dykstra. And he walks in the bar like, and everybody's cheering from the game, and he does he holds up the ticket, and like people were buying us drinks. So he takes his home, I take my home, and I think he had the Darryl Strawberry one, and for 20 years my sister thought they were real, and so that was that. Game 6, Astros versus the Yankees. Yeah, I'm not that big of a sports fan, so there aren't a lot. Is This How I Met Your Mother? Never saw that. Was that any good? Um, or is that the show? I heard somebody talking. Is that the one, or was it Big Bang Theory that somebody was talking about when they take the laugh track out of it? It's like uh, impossible to watch. Um, but it's not like the Nope shows where they take out Opie and they become better. So we will shop it up on our golf outing, Mr. Buckman. I will. We just have to rent a set of left-handed clubs. I I golf so little I gave mine away about 4 or 5 years ago. Larry, Daryl, and Daryl, 3 of the greatest characters in television. Um, and EFIS, those shows are pure garbage. I don't really watch a lot of TV, and I certainly don't watch network TV. Um, I'm kind of the what do you call it? The moron that I didn't watch Seinfeld until it was almost over. I would watch TV on Thursday nights, but I would watch the Masterpiece Mystery on PBS because I'm a dork. And that same brother-in-law was the one that talked me into watching Seinfeld. So it was great because after it went off the air, I hadn't seen most of them. And, hearing people with like the domain jokes, I finally got it. Um, Chris Mack, LOL. Um, Uh, Chris, I've been trying to find on Twitter or someplace. I wanted to send you the manifesto and see if you could rewrite it, um, and or punch it up a little bit. I have a pretty extensive AI system at work that you can pump stuff into, and then it tries to write it for you. And I put it in that yesterday, and it was pretty funny because at the end, it that thing was like 6 pages. It wound up being like 3 pages at at the end. Um, Schmuel's old enough to remember when it was called the Idiot Box. Well, apparently you remember it was the Idiot Box as well. Um, All in the Family, best show ever. Disagree. Um, Thought it got a bit hack after a while. And oh, look at this. Look who's here.
Uh-oh.
OG, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Meal? How we doing?
Same shit there day. I felt like I needed to defend you tonight on that Mayor Musk thing, you know?
It's all right. It's all right. I go ahead.
No, no, no.
No. I was gonna say I talked to fuck what's his name? I talked to JMO like behind the scenes before he even went on. We're fine. I uh I was wrong in some ways, you know. I number one, I should mind my fucking business. Um but I thought I mean, if we're being honest, there's an obvious troll going on. And I thought JMO was kind of involved in it, but really he knows what Mir and he knows what Chow and Mir are doing. And you know, if he can take advantage, honestly, more power to him. Fuck it. Yeah, I thought it was just like, you know, how they do this shit. Let's hype somebody up. Hey, here's the Ven. Like that's the only reason I even brought up the Venmo. I thought it was part of the fucking troll. I thought it was this fucking thing. So I was like, all right, whatever.
I,
But
I I'm with you. I thought exactly the same
yeah,
thing. I thought, oh, they're talking this guy into they're trying to make this guy think he's a thing,
yeah,
you know? And then when it was like I saw that he was using like the kid stuff. I'm like, oh, is this guy going to go spend money on things? And that's why I said, um, don't spend, you know,
right.
don't spend any money. Um, but that was the deal. And it oftentimes, like I've learned with karmic, you you are expressing real thought and maybe even some concern, and people are like, "Ah, you're just concern trolling or you're gatekeeping." No matter what you do that's nice, somebody will find a way to shit on it.
Yeah, and I understand why he this way, but he thought I was trying to get clout off of him when like I have no I think the people that know me, I mean they even said so, I'm not interested. I don't want to be the guy. I have no interest in being the guy. I wouldn't be a liberal doing a political show in the Dabbleverse if I wanted to be the fucking guy. So that wasn't it. It was just I don't know. I've seen these trolls a million times, and this one just like rubbed me the wrong way for a little bit, you know. But you know, not giving away personal conversations, but he knows what's going on. So, like I said, if he can take it, knock himself out, I think that's fine, man. That's great. Like I said, I thought this was a multi-man troll that he was involved in, and then when the like I said, when the Venmo got involved, I'm like, oh, here we fucking go. But you know, I was wrong apparently.
Yeah, and look, I don't know I don't know the guy. I don't know who the guy is, but I'm sure, like me, you've seen dozens of guys that come and get really they'll collect heat for 5 or 10 minutes, and then they start a show, and then nothing happens, and then they're gone. And I'm sitting there looking at them. There's a guy near where I live, and I went over to his house. He had stuff on Facebook Marketplace, some like audio stuff. This guy had it was like a $6,000 podcast studio was set up at his house. And he did it, but he never got like more than 10 or 12 people to listen to the podcast. And he just had all this shit. And finally his wife was like, you got to get rid of it. Um, and it was crazy because there was like he had a really great Rode mic, and he also had like another one, either a Rode or a Shure, that was like in a box that had never been opened. Um, and I didn't even try to buy it from him because it was XLR and I didn't want to do that. But
Mhm.
I was blown away. Like the light setup, I'm like, maybe a couple of $100, dude, but this was thousands. And I should have just offered to rent it from him. That would have been probably a smarter move.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, with yeah, hit the like button. You tell him, Mr. Z. But yeah, I was actually mad at myself a little bit because I said shit that I normally would never say. Like, obviously, I don't like. I'm using a fucking laptop with the mic that everybody buys, the plug and play mic that everybody gets when they start out. So I don't care about fucking production. Obviously, I'm the last guy to care about that. If I didn't think there was a troll going on, I would have been rooting for the fucking guy from the get go. I wouldn't even said anything I said. I just, it reminded me of like a Vince the lawyer type troll where Vince pretends to, oh, this guy's the great. And I'm not saying Joe Mo is bad. There's nothing wrong with him, but these guys they're doing the fake pump up to whatever they, you know what I mean? But I feel he understands that. So if he can take advantage of it, that's fucking great. Like so more power to him. It's not
Yeah.
my thing. I'm not into it. So he it's his lane. He can have it.
When I first came in uh, to do the first stream I was going to do, Sarah was helping me out, and somebody told me about a mic to get, and Sarah was like, "That's fucking stupid," and he had me buy like a $35 mic,
Yeah.
and I used it for a few months, and it was great. The only problem was is that wherever I was speaking from sounded like it was an empty warehouse, and then I went and bought this Shure microphone for about 200 bucks, and I'm sitting here using a headset. So that I bought for 40. So there we go. But what Affy says, the expensive mic in studio is a dead giveaway. The best ain't gonna be shit. It's somebody set it up here. The beginner buying like the um, the brand new stuff, and I relate that to like golf and skiing. When the guy just does it the first time, and the next thing you know, he's got a couple of $1,000 worth of equipment.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and he's talking to you about it, and you're just like going, "Oh, geez, I wonder how long this is gonna last." Eh,
Yeah, when I started out, I had that. I think it's called the snowball, and it's like when you Google, it's the one that everyone says to get when you first start out. And I think Zenhauser was using that when he was first on like TSN, and Ashley Cummings, that's what she was using until she got a new one. And then the next one up from the same brand is the fuck, I forget what it's called, but it's this one. And there's a few guys in the Dabbleverse that have this, so I'm like, all right. So, and this is as far as I'm fucking going. So yeah, I get what you're saying. Don't go fucking crazy. But no, like I said, normally me being the working class progressive guy, I never would have made fun of fucking equipment for fucking anybody. I got caught up in the troll. The Venmo thing triggered me, I guess. I can admit that. So
yeah, and look, it happens.
yeah.
That's how I got caught up with Karmic and the drinking in that, you know, and you offer help, and you really just you're offering help, or you think you see something that you can advise on, and no, because so few people actually do that, you get shit on for doing it, you know? But
Mhm.
I've said it before, it's how Dave Sauer and I became friends. I was watching him on a show. I thought he was really good, but it was Coke, 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 jokes. And I was like, I just wrote him a note on a DM and just said, "Hey man, the Coke is funny, but you're going to be pegged as that for the rest of your life." Right? Like, if
Right,
you're ever
right.
trying to break out of this. And, he was like, "Yeah, you're right." And boom, it worked out, like, for he and I doing it. And then, when I did it with Cardiff, I was accused of, concern trolling, something I'd never actually even heard of before. And, equipment is just fun, not necessary. Um, I got really lucky because I was using a Microsoft Surface that I had bought and got the full plan on, the service agreement at Best Buy,
Yeah.
and I broke the screen and I took it back to them to fix, and they couldn't fix it. So they gave me 1,100 because that's what I paid for it. They gave me 1,100 bucks plus the tax that I paid on. They gave me all the money back, and I picked up an HP gaming laptop with a much better graphics card. So it's been great. So
Nice.
That's the deal. Decline host. Mumbling Nick is an Antifa commie guy. Guy is such a libtard, he's still wearing a mask indoors. Show your face, coward. You won't get COVID.
I'm good with the code. My favorite, somebody once said, like, what'd they say? Oh, they're like, boy, Clay Dabbler has really let himself fucking go. I thought that was a pretty
that
funny insult.
that that was funny. And I understand that Clay did that, was doing that more because he's got really bad teeth and he didn't want people to see it.
No, no, Clay's got good teeth, man. I think he's just worried about the trollers.
Ah.
Yeah, they getting doxxed. Clay used to get threatened by the same fucking guys I did. Yeah, I don't blame him.
Ah. So Aoife says, then you sorcerer's $2,000 Leica taking shit. Uh, Man, I would love a $2,000 Leica. I keep wanting to get the Sony EV10 Mark II, but it's like $1,200, so that's not going to happen. Um, but on a sort of different subject, I got a notification that the sorcerer subscribed to the channel today. And
Nice.
from what I can see, it looks like it's the real sorcerer, but I don't know. I didn't go that far to see it. So, um, and I always thought he was scared of me, so that's cool. Here's this genius. Mumbling Nick, remember when Shmuel said kids are hot? Uh, yeah, that's exactly what I said. Um, and let's say, oh, we could see the teeth through the mask anyway. Of course. Of course. I don't have a problem with the mask or the filters or any of that stuff, just based on what I've seen happen, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
I hate it, man. Like I said, when I first came in here, I didn't even wear it. Then I saw, I think I even had my real name, and then I saw what's happening to other people. So I was like, all right, maybe I'll switch my picture to something that's not my face. And then when what happened to me, I was like, all right. I mean, when your face is plastered in John's fucking green screen in the fucking background, and people are calling your fucking wife and threatening her and your job. It's what the fuck, just a Dabbleverse. It's not worth it. So I'll deal with the fucking mass jokes. It's fine.
I got into an argument with Gino once, and somebody on Twitter said something to me, and then the next thing I knew, this guy was putting up a map of where I lived,
Jesus.
right?
Yeah.
And the uh, only good part was that he was wrong. He wasn't far off, but he was wrong. And I was like, this is like crazy, you know? Like why would somebody do that? And then you realize like there is no answer to that. It's like why would somebody stab somebody in the subway? Well,
Right.
because they're nuts, you know? Um Shmuel Bugman, my this is my favorite guy. And I've I gotta I tell the story every time. Promise tonight will be the last night. So NJ Ranger and Flimsy Greenberg are doing their show, and I get a link from NJ on a DM, and I write back, "Sorry, I can't come on." And NJ says, "I thought so." And then I found out later that apparently this Shmuel Bugman was giving them a hard time in the chat, saying that I needed a link and I needed to talk to them. And Nick thought it was the wrong person. And if I have that story wrong, Shmuel, you might be that's the way that it was told to me. So you literally said she was hot as a kid. Did you not? Do you know how old I am? Do you know what I think as a kid? And what's her name? The actress that was portraying her was 27 years old at the time. So get a fucking grip, you know? Jesus, goddamn Christ. I'm like, 40-year-olds I'm calling kids. Yeah, and Mr. Z, I like to wear masks inside the liquor store. That's a good idea. That's a good man. I used to get terrified when people would come in and to my office with the mask on and stuff because it was weird. It was like that time when everybody'd stop wearing it, and then it would be like people that you just felt like they were creepy wearing the mask, you know? And it was kind of, I don't know, it was a little bit nerve-wracking. Now the people that I see wearing the masks are all, um, like weird dudes from the Valley of Men, uh, tho those guys, and a lot of Asians, but
Yeah,
that's
I didn't want to stereotype, but at least up here in the Northeast, a lot. Oh, you're in the Northeast too, Shmuel. Yeah, the Asians they wear the masks all the fucking time still. They
right.
love it. Yeah,
Well, and they've always worn them, but they've always worn it when they were sick,
yeah.
not when other people did it. Um, so Jacob Ryan S. I will put this up, but dude, my, what, like, what do you want me to say to you? If you believe that nothing I do or say is going to change your opinion, so I would just suggest that go watch something else. If that, because if it bothers you that much. But I always find people that are super obsessed with that to be more creepy than everybody else. All right. So Decline host, yeah, the sorcerer is an unfunny braggart that lacks any personality. He once sent in a $2 super chat to say he was drinking $1,000 bottle of whiskey. Douchebag. I kind of like the sorcerer. I don't know him that well, and it does make me sometimes I get a little creeped because it's like I feel like sometimes it would be like a dermatologist sitting in a room and you got a big giant cancerous mole on your face and but they're not a doctor that night. And when I see him on sometimes with like MKE or Karmic, I'm like, I don't know, I wouldn't stay. That would have been my thing. Um yeah, sorry about that, Nick. Dark Times,
Oh,
Bo Beardington. I don't know what that means, but hopefully it means something to you.
he was
Uh,
he was talking when I brought up the doxing and all that shit. The
oh,
Bo
yeah.
was there for all that, so he knows.
Um, the Sorcerer is a bargain basement shrink resting on his laurels with uneducated chat ball washers. Um, the Sorcerer is a very successful guy and he's really smart. So, I doesn't say anything about his personality. Um, Sorcerer is a pussy boy, just like WATP. I Addicted to profits. He can't handle it. He can't handle any pushback. Sorcerer can handle it. So, and Sorcerer brought what's the word that he bought the entire bar of shots in Vegas. So there you go. Panhandler. Of course he does. I stand with Gino.
Mhm.
I thought you unsubscribed, Panhandler. Cigarette Jones. Should I ban Panhandler? Uh,
I know.
it's so,
I think I just ripped Gino on X like a half hour ago. Oops.
did you? I'm
Yeah.
blocked, so I don't even see his stuff anymore. Um, just it's torturous. You watch that Keanu thing and
Mhm.
his occasional Rumble shows, and it's like, how I can't, and but there's nothing that I like more though than the person that screams how successful and talented they are, like 12 viewers, and has been around forever. Um, but such is the way. Uh, LOL, what the fuck is that hat? It's from the Haskell, 2025, this past weekend. Um, I wasn't there, but Teamster Tim brought them over to my house today. Brought me a couple of hats and something else he did me a favor for. So Teamster Tim, good egg. Thank you very much. Um, and Panhandler, please, trolls, come to my property. That's the problem with owning guns is you want to use them. That- you
Mhm.
know, you're looking for a reason. So I won't do it. And Shmuel Bugman. Sure, blame it on me, Shmuel. Hey man, that's what I was told.
Mm.
And uh Panhandler, yes. And Shmuel clearly said she was hot when she was a kid, the way older people refer to adults. Exactly how Dana White calls his fighters good kids. Ephus, don't bother. I mean, I appreciate it, but don't bother. Um, These guys are, looking under every rock, hoping to find something that isn't there. It's all good, and and if you knew the context of what I was saying was it was sad that she had gone from an attractive kid to becoming a serial killer, but that's neither here nor there. Um, yeah, Schmil Bugman. I fooled NJ Ranger was all. Wasn't hard. NJ's a good guy. Um,
Yeah.
and Panhandler's the best. So And this is a question that comes up, which is from Joe. Would you agree you need to choose your words better? Another dude who never says anything wrong. No, I would disagree. I would trust that the people who are listening to me aren't so fucking stupid as to take it as something that it's not meant to be. Because guys that are pedos don't talk about it, you know? Um, they're they're not going to bring it up. So just grow up, my friend. Um, Rick Moranis' assault was the turning of the tide for the mask wearing in public. I remember that, and you're probably right. Um, all right, and I can't go through each one of these, but I'm a psychiatrist, but I can't comment directly on people, but still come on podcasts to say literally nothing of value. The sorcerer. Um, I don't know, man. I have no. I know. I don't know. I don't know. Um, this is funny. Quad is in here. I actually invited Quad on. It was a mistake, but I invited him on. Um, so let's go down.
That would lead to more pedo talk, I think.
Uh, no, I don't think so. And look, I don't think that. Uh, I don't think, and I never did think that Quad was a pedo, but I did
No,
think
no,
that
no, no, sorry. I just so
what.
I clear I don't wanna think I said
Oh,
that. No, I just meant when I was on his show Monday, it was 80% ice ESO, Shuli, but I that's what I meant. I didn't mean Quad's a pedo. He was
right. Well, that's what.
talking about
Yeah,
that
because
shit. Yeah,
because I had gone after him for sending out pictures of Luca Devine's kid,
yeah.
and it was like, um, now you know it's innocent and you don't want to be accused of anything, but how do you know that Shuli knew about this other thing, right? Like, and the problem I have with all this pedo talk is when you call everybody a pedo, then nobody is. So then those guys just get away with it more. So whatever. I just stick like it. Stop ball washing sorceress Shmuel Bugman. I actually don't ball wash anybody. I mean, I'm just giving you my opinion, and it's how I feel about people. If I didn't like them, I'd say it. And ooh, here's a good one. Affy, his profession is the chiropractic medicine. Um, I disagree, but I have asked even my psychiatrist. My psychiatrist is a really smart guy, and I asked him how his fellow med students and whatnot um, thought about him when he decided to go into psychiatry because they are looked down upon by other doctors. So, there you go. And that's why a lot of them are. You'll see neurologist, psychiatrist, because they want to be thought of as both.
Yeah.
All right, I got to run through some of these. Uh, Shmuel Bugman, you let Teamster Tim know where you live. Teamster Tim knows where I live. Um, what can I say? And and it would also take me 30 seconds to get it out of Ray where he lived, so it's not going to be a problem. Um, it's true. I was there, Bugman. I'm surprised they bought it. I thought they were joking when they realized it wasn't the real Shmuel. Hey, look, I thought it was the real Shmuel. I I was watching that show and I saw my name come up and I'm like, wait, I'm not in there. So it was great. And wanna look, if you've got somebody that's imitating your name on chat and stuff, it's actually a pretty good feeling. It makes it means you're making an impact at least with one person, you know? Um, So
Final
I
boss. Oops, sorry. Final
go ahead.
boss. It was good seeing you hash it out with Ava the other night on Clown Town. Very unexpected, but very nice seeing you two team up on stealth.
Oh,
Now if you could only get over your hate for me, and then we'll be fine. But good job.
it's hold on a sec. I just gotta okay. So I got a DM back from JMO that said, "Not tonight, Uncle Buck. I've been going nonstop. Let me get my setup together. I want to come on correct." So, because I had invited him on earlier. Yeah, and it's funny because people were like, after our stream with the three idiots talking housing policy,
Yep.
um, uh, I, it, people were saying shit to me. I was just laughing because people were saying shit to me about Ava, and invited her back on. Like, I don't really care. You know what I mean? Like, we can talk, but um, in any event, that's cool. And look, and I admit, I was owned. I was owned that night. So there you go. Totally unprepared and shouldn't have stayed on. But that's neither here nor there too. Cigarette Jones, Shmuel Bugman is an excellent chatter. Um, hey, he makes me happy. Um, I eat expensive fish eggs. Everyone clap for me. Uh, yeah, he's playing to his audience, and his audience is Brennan. You know, so no coincidence. Sorcerer showing up on MLC and slimming down while starting to look like Ozempic Simon Cowell. Um, okay. I'm gonna go down here. Uh, Abba was Abba has great tits, Nick.
Yes, I saw Rocco say that several times.
Well, I have to admit, even at my age, there's still testosterone flowing, and I was surprised to see them because you don't usually see a pair like that on a trans person. Um, oh no, big time by JMO. Yeah, I don't feel that way, but yes, I was big timed. Um, saving it for his Patreon. I have no idea what that was. JMO, just wait, sweetie. You're gonna get buck broken. Um, Tater talk, Mr. Buckman. Tater talk. Now let's go through a few more of these. Mr. Buckman is a humble man. He never has high blood pressure. Cool, calm, and collected. I wish that were true.
Ooh.
Um, it's funny. I don't get too terribly upset on here with people, you know. Um, but there are some that just like viscerally piss me off.
Like Joey Catalano? That guy?
Yeah, Joey doesn't even Joey doesn't even piss me off. It's just he's so fucking stupid. Um, but Skarika bothers me because Skarika knows exactly what he's doing by saying all that shit about Melton, and it's all about being butthurt. It's all because Melton owned him once. So
I have no idea who that guy is. I watched. I don't know where I was. Maybe because I don't watch Melton. I've never been nothing against Melton. Whenever I tried to watch, just it's not my thing. I heard it's the long game. You got to watch long periods to see the good stuff. But
well,
yeah, I never
he
watched
didn't.
much of him, so I don't know who that
He
dude
didn't.
was.
Well, he didn't come up on. He wasn't on Melton. He was on um, MLC. He was one of MLC's big super chatters in the beginning. So MLC had him on. And then uh, Kevin had Melton on. And Melton started making fun of him because he made like a sous vide steak, which looked like a boiled steak. And ATP was going on about how much money he had and all this other stuff. And so Melton was doing what Melton does. And he was making fun of all the fridge magnets that he had and then the construction in his house that was off, like
Mhm.
one beam sort of not matching up with another beam. Um, and but when COVID hit, I guess Skarika was living in the Bahamas and he took in a couple of Barstool guys and they did videos of him on Barstool. And so that's where he came from. But he got really butthurt really quick and disappeared. And then the next thing I know, he turned up on Mir. So, and he's tough to watch because he doesn't stop talking, so he doesn't let anybody else get anything in. Kind of like I'm doing here.
It's your show, buddy.
Sam Bibbley Vag and Noga. This is big to see. Those two love each other. Um, yeah, don't forget his bullshit invest books and scams. So I don't know if he's was watching me after I got off Mir, but I had gone maybe about a month ago and looked up his website. I saw him on Mir Musk, and I'm like, going, this guy can't be real, right? And I looked him up, and he had a WordPress website that looked at I don't know, looked like he designed it with MySpace. It was really bad, and but he sells his like information or something. So then I wanted to look up like, is he a registered investment advisor? It's pretty simple to do. Uh, he's not registered anywhere in the United States. So, um, you're Canadian, you're calling yourself big time financial advisor, and you're not registered in the US. Um, living in the Bahamas, like I said earlier, is a red flag, and all
Yep.
that other stuff seems like even more red flaggy to me. So, and I just picture like fucking old people on disability buying his stuff. But Canadian, um, Canadian in my neighborhood was code for black people, by the way.
So,
Um,
Shmuel or anyone in the chat, did you guys know who Jay? Not, I'm not shitting on JMO. I'm just wondering, did you guys know who he was until recently? Because I had no idea who this dude was.
no
But it
clue.
sounds like he's been hanging around for a couple years or something. I don't know. That's what like I even watched his first couple streams because I'm like, I think I'm supposed to know who the fuck this guy is. I'm like, I have no idea. But yeah, just out of nowhere, I saw people pumping him on X like Joey C and Chow and Mir, and then I don't know. It was it was very odd, not organic. I don't know. There was something weird. So I didn't know if I had just missed this guy, if he was like a known chatter that I just didn't know, but no clue.
I sent yeah, if that was it 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 was a thing for a long time. I don't even know if it still is, but back in the old neighborhood where I grew up, I actually sent Mint a what do you call it, a DM asking him if he was playing around.
Yeah,
Like, was he was this just a troll? Um, and he was like, he thinks he's something. So, but Mint likes he likes all this trolling and stuff. And I
yeah,
know
yeah,
Chow is like, that's pretty much Chow's entire existence is
yep.
trolling of one sort or another. So, but I've not seen, I don't know about Mint, but I've not seen Chow turn on anyone. So does he start off trolling them and then he winds up being friends with them?
I
Yeah.
don't know. I think part of the reason this turned me off a little bit too is I think I saw Chow trying to do the same thing to Deft, and after Deft had his and I love Brandon. Like I l- I used to talk to that guy all the time. And he had like a manic stream that got little viral, and I saw Chow doing exactly what they're doing to JMO. It's just, Def didn't take the bait, and then he stepped away from the Dabbleverse. So it's almost like, all right, let's move on to JMO now. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
they're just looking for somebody who has some kind of viral moment, and then jack them up.
He was doing the same thing to me
Yeah.
in the beginning when I was on, but I knew what he was doing. So I'm like, well, I'm going to use this, you know, for my benefit. And if it gets my name out there, that's great. And it's very funny because my name has gotten out there, but I don't know that it's translated into subscribers, but it's really funny because Rob Saul was like, it gets all bent out of shape about me, and I'm like. I don't even think about these people, you know? I didn't even know Rob was still doing a stream.
Yeah.
And then he's on Tukey complaining about me and doing it. And Tukey, who I know, shits all over me, you know? It's just like, oh, it comes with the like it comes with the territory. You can't get upset about it,
Right.
right?
How Cardiff's nice to us, but then we're boring idiots or whatever we are. It just comes with
Right.
it. It is what it is. I
Sam
agree.
Bibley, you better not be using me for your own benefit, Shmuel. Um, Sam, the truth of the matter is, even if I wanted to, I probably wouldn't know how, you know? Um, but you are a famous chatter.
Yep.
I did have, I think Sarah might have said it. He saw you were in the chat and he was like, wow, Sam Bibley's in the chat. Like it was good. It was a good Chris Mack, same thing. Um, Big W, I could go on. It's Jones,
You
guys
had
like that.
you had Adam Bush in your chat briefly, Schmiel. I don't know if you noticed. Not
I
this stream, but the other one.
Yeah, Adam and I go back and forth. We also had Cardiff in here. Cardiff comes in under associate producer Ralph,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he's funny because he was actually on the stream that you and I were on with Ava, and when I said things about Canada and their health system, Cardiff was actually put the accurate more accurate because I was accurate, but he was putting the more accurate information in the chat, which I thought was very funny. Because I'm like, oh yeah, you're calling in my way. I'm like, ah, you're calling me an idiot, but at the same time, you're engaged, you poor bastard, you know. And but Carv's been a great help. Adam, it's like I wanted Adam to come on and talk about Adam. Like I wanted to know how he got into acting, what it was like being a child actor, how you transitioned to being an adult actor, and I don't think he's interested in talking
Nope.
any of that stuff. He just wants to talk about the Dabbleverse, and so he, I now send him. He'll do it one day. I send him my Saturday night, the backyard streams that I do, where we don't really talk about anything. Um, some like I call it Clowntown pre-show, and so that's the you know that's what we do. We had fun last week. Fun. It was fun with Clearwater Chad and TV's Will Heron.
Yeah, I was
And
watching. Yeah.
yeah, Will gets a little loaded,
Yeah.
and I'm always
He's a
worried he's gonna lose his job, but he always seems to know what to do. Um, let's just say, Vagina Wrinkle, good to see you too. I wish Def got to interview you before he left. So he's gone? Is that
Yeah, so I don't have a lot of detail, but he used to message me pretty much every day, and then a few days went by, and I'm like, you know what, I haven't seen him. So I messaged him saying I was kind of worried about him. Uh, didn't hear back, and then no one had heard from him. I asked Vagina Wrinkle and other people. I heard rumors about stuff, but I have no idea if they're true. I couldn't find his girlfriend on X, but she subs to my channel, so I found her YouTube. I actually commented on a video you did of her, Shmuel. I commented on one of her most recent YouTube video asking her just to email me when she gets a chance. Uh, you know, if he stepped away just because he wanted to, you know, absolutely fine. I really, really do like the guy, and a lot of people do. I just want to make sure he's all right because
Yeah, I feel like I DM'd him recently, but showing up in my messages. Um, oh, 7/16. What's today? The 23rd.
25th.
Um,
Oh, that's
yeah,
24th. No, yeah, whatever it
yeah.
is.
So it's like, I don't know, 8 days or something. I just asked
Mm.
him how he was doing. He said fine. So, but in any event, yeah. I like his clips, you know, and but we'll see. I am worried about him. So speaking of rooms and worrying about people being gone, somebody tried to convince me yesterday that Mike's shitty internet provider is actually Franklin Scheckler.
No. Well, I don't know. I don't know who Franklin Scheckler. Yeah, to be fair, I have no idea. Um, Vagina Wrinkle knows who MSIP is in real life, so
Okay.
she'd be better
All right.
answering that than me. But
So then it was yeah. So and then on further interrogation, it was like, oh well, maybe Franklin is using his account, but that stuff all gets so crazy. Um, and I can't, I can't believe anything. But Scheckler sort of disappeared from this universe.
hmm,
He's doing all that race shit, and then gone. So there we go. Aoife says, Def, I asked him 3 days ago and he said, all good, just taking a break from social media. He's okay.
all right, thank you.
So that's good. Good to know. I like him. Anyway, that was the deal. Did you see the Mir Musk thing at all?
Yeah, I was watching it on your channel for a little bit, then I went over there at the end. So yeah, I was watching it.
I first of all, I had no idea. I thought it was all about Karmic. I knew Mo was going to be there. J Mo was going to be there, but I thought we were supposed to talk about Karmic, and that didn't happen. Um, I didn't know, and I knew Skarika was going to be there, but I didn't know that he was going to go off on Melton like he did. And my audio was all fucked up, so I really couldn't get shit in there.
Yeah.
But uh, I got in what I could get in, I got in, and then Joey C in his presidential run. You know, I mean, and he came on to own me. That was like his thing. He wanted to get mad at me. He was mad at me. Um, and I was just laughing because he told me that he didn't tell me. He put it in a post that he was a Dabbleverse legend, and he
Oh
should
yeah.
be respected for that. And he was one of the original builders. And I'm just like, oh my god. And I think back to how much time I wasted with Joey C, helping, help thinking that he was going to make some changes, and he doesn't. He starts and he doesn't finish, and then he starts something else and he
Oh yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
finish that, and he moves on, and it's basically, like well, Tukey has me on, and you're jealous about that. I'm not jealous at all because you're on to be a clown, to get fun poked at you. And, look, I hope he gets paid well for it.
God, I'm so hoping I can get him on dabbling in politics. This is I want to ask Joey all sorts of policy questions. See what he says. Could be entertaining.
Sue Party is going to help Joey C fix his life and image. Um, I look, man. I don't know much about Sue Party, but what little I do know, I doubt that would be successful. But I also know that there's uh, Sue Party, if he is doing it, is just in a long line of people who've attempted that. So uh, Joey C stands for OG Mumbly Nick's ideals.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So I just such a funny guy. I always think like guys like that though, like you're living in Florida, move to New York or Massachusetts or something where the benefits are popping compared to Florida, you know? Places like Florida ain't got shit. And I had some people who moved to the Carolinas during COVID and they moved back to New York because the benefits were so much better here. Which is sort of interesting. All right, guys. I think then we should probably wrap this up. Nick, you got anything you want to tell us about? What's coming up? What's happening?
Sure, I will be on the Gay Pineapples channel this Saturday at 3:30 p.m. on Between Two Hacks, and then Sunday at 9 on my channel, Dabbling in Politics with my co-host Liquid Cryptid and maybe Ava, Schmuel's favorite. And
I
Mr. Z is gonna book me Joey C. We're gonna fucking get it done. We're gonna
was
get his political ideas. Sorry.
so Pineapple was a little bit touchy with you, huh? When you
Which
uh
time?
the no, the tweet stream from the other day where it was like, "Ah, you showed up 15 minutes late and you were singing songs." Ha ha ha.
So
Yeah.
That one fucking number one, I did him a fucking favor. It was we usually do the show Saturday, but had to do it on Friday because he had a wedding. I was trying to get out of work early, and I actually witnessed a really bad one car accident, and I was like the first one on the scene. Anyway, that's why I was late. I ended up the road got so blocked. I turned back around, went to back to work, and streamed from my fucking cubicle. That's why I was late. But no, the
So basically
pineapple
what you're telling us is you're actually a hero
big hero. That's how I tried
who
to sell it.
wasn't and you
Yeah.
weren't accepted as such.
Nope. But the pineapple's he's a control freak. I love him, but he's a control freak. He loves his organization. I'm the opposite, so I like to fuck with him a little bit there. Like to fuck up his what he's got planned and gets him to snap a little bit.
Here's a tidbit. My dad is from Fall River.
Fall River. Yeah.
Fall River. Um, the what was I gonna say, Nick? Oh yeah, because he one time with me, he like gave me advice or was giving it, but I kind of shit on him. Somebody got really
Mm.
pissed off, and I was like, it wasn't that it was bad. It was just that you put it up in three different places. You know, you DM me, you put it up on like public Twitter, and you also put it in my YouTube comments. And I was just laughing because I was like, this is very serious,
Mm.
you know? And but I like the guy, so what can I tell you? And he's another guy that's been really helpful to me. In the very beginning when I was having sound issues, he would come on with me before a stream so I could just test the sound. And he didn't need to do that. So I
No, we
like
just bust on each other. You know, when I like today, he was right there sticking his nose in Chow and J Mo's, we were going at it. So yeah. We're always there for each other, but yeah, we can get on each other's nerves, It's all good.
no, he's the pineapple. The pineapple is a good egg, and
Yep.
I like his you know. And again, I don't have a problem with the guy using a filter. All right, so when do you do? So you're gonna be on the pineapple show, and then what's your show that you're gonna be doing?
Dabbling in politics on Sundays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got another show, but it's like very sporadic. I have like guests and shit. Called "I Will Try My Best." I'll have to get better at that. I haven't done one this week. Last year, I think I did like fucking two of them, but just I try and do non-political stuff so people can get to know me that way. Because a lot of times people get turned off if they think they know my political beliefs right away. So try and sucker them in with my charm and my pleasant voice, and then let them know I'm a fucking maniac afterwards.
I would like to tell you who it was, but I can't remember. I put up that we were going live at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and I was corrected. I am going live Eastern Daylight Time. And I
Oh,
thought it was hilarious that somebody took the time out of their lives to send that to me. So now I'm breaking your balls with it.
yes.
Um, cool. All right. So Schmuel Talk Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 o'clock. Thanks everybody for being here. Uh, listen to the replay. Have your friends join. Uh, like and subscribe. Comment on the replays. That really helps a lot. Be back Saturday night, probably about 10 for a backyard stream. No guests lined up so far for Saturday night, so we'll see what rando is around. Um, it was like I said, last week was fun with Will and Chad, but we're trying to mix it up. And one of these days, I may get him to do it. We'll have to see, but it's got to be what do you call it? I don't want to do a serious topic. Maybe I'll send Joey C. Oh, Joey, somebody, if anybody knows how to get Mr. Z, you know how to get in touch with Joey, right? If
I
Joey
got his
wants to come
I got
on,
his number, Shmuel. I'll text him for you. I'm serious if you want me to. But
yeah,
yeah.
you can text. I'll put up the link and I'll send it to you, and you could just send him the link,
All right.
and that would do it. I had his phone number, but it's probably like a year old, so I'm sure it's changed by.
Yeah,
Um,
I got this a month ago. So long as he hasn't changed it in the past month, I got it. So
could
we'll
you
see.
imagine changing your phone number though? It's
I
like
know.
you lose, just nobody can get in touch with you,
Yep.
and so and although it is good because then ex girlfriends don't call you or you're not chatting with your ex-wife and your current wife is asking you, "Why are you chatting with your ex-wife?" Um, so, oh, we get Ray on. If he'll do it, Ray has said he would do the stream, but as I say that, he's always been very evasive, like never committing. Um, I and so I have a feeling that he doesn't want to do it, you know. And he did really get pissed off at me one time and said I was using him as a stepping stone. I just used him as a stepping stone. So maybe that's why I don't really know, but he wants a favor from me, which I'm going to do tomorrow, which is going to take me about an hour. So maybe before I answer him, I'll get a commitment out of him to do a time. Big Time by Ray DeVito. Yes, I have been big time. I will own that one. I have been big time by Ray DeVito. His staunchest defender in the Dabbleverse, and he does that. But but I give him a hard time because he does the thing of I don't want to be in the Dabbleverse. I don't want, and I'm like, you're in the Dabbleverse, right? You can't have one foot in and one foot out. You either got to be in or you got to be out. And then we got in an argument because he didn't like the way he was being treated on Brennan, but then he goes on Brennan, and I'm like, I can't look, dude, I can't help you, you know. If you don't want to get trolled, you don't want people coming after you, then you got to figure out something else. So
Yeah, that guy in the Bahamas that hates Melton, he was doing that shit today. Like, I don't watch the Dabbleverse. I don't like the Dabbleverse, but it's like, dude, you're on a show with like 6 guys from the fucking Dabbleverse talking about Melton.
and you
They're
have
not.
all the information. Like this
Yeah.
guy's got like Melton's life story from the date of birth until today, you know, and whatever. Thank you, Cigarette Jones. That's true. Shmuel defended Ray before anyone. I've been the staunchest Ray defender.
Squash.
My belief about all that stuff is it's Ray's life. Ray can live it the way he wants, and you know, he seems like happy. I don't know, but there we go. I just started reading the Confederacy of Dunces, and this Ignatius T. Riley, I think, is the character. Reminds me so much of Joey C. So look that up tonight, guys. After it comes out, um, after we get off. But yeah, listen, I like Ray. I mean, I hate to say it, but I like Ray. Um, and I, I, I've been very lucky to meet the people that I've met in the Dabbleverse, including Ray. I mean, he's no panhandler, but we all can't be a panhandler. So that's it. All right. So Nick is on with Echo this weekend. Sunday night, his uh, political show with Liquid Cryptid, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's at 8 o'clock,
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. And I should see you either 10 or 11 on Saturday. We will be back here next Tuesday at 8 and Thursday at 8. And I think we have, I don't know if it's next week or the week after. We've got Luigi Greenberg coming on. We're going to talk about some of those health and wellness people, the preachers and stuff, from sort of a skeptical view. So that should be fun. And I have been begging uh, Ms. Ashley Cummings to come on. So hopefully she'll say yes. And it'd be great to do a stream with her. I'd really look forward to that. So, excuse me, the bananas catching my throat. Anyway, that's where we are, guys. Sorry, hold on. Oh man, that was bad. All right. And Ray told Hope Barbara Streisand died tonight as a joke. Big leaves, deep stuff. Um, is he doing the show? I don't really watch Ray's show. I hate to say it, but is he really? He's doing his shows with Hope a lot, I guess. Then you know,
Could be.
um,
I don't watch Ray at all.
uh, Hope. I love Hope. Hope is the best. You know what? Noga, you're very funny. Did he say banana in his throat? You guys. You fucking people don't miss a goddamn trick. Not at all. All right. Good night, everyone, including Jacob Ryan S. Uh, Nick, thanks for coming on. Get some sleep. and
Thanks for having
we
me.
both got to go to work in the morning. All
Yep.
right. Take care, kids. We'll see you.